Hello everyone, Spare back in with our Marvel Content Champion. Today, we're going to be doing a little rank up and gameplay video. And this is going to be for a character that I'm going to be using pretty darn soon for Necropolis. I just finished my Deathless Necropolis run, and we got a couple of rewards from all the 10-year challenges. And one of them being, I'm going to click on the character I'm ranking up, one of them being this little 2-3 rank up gem right here. I'm actually going to be using Sentry pretty darn soon in a Necropolis run. So he is part of the 10-year challengers. And so there's a challenge where you got to complete an entire path with 10-year challenge tagged characters. And yeah, I still haven't done that. I still haven't fully explored Necropolis. So I'm just going to use the 10-year challenge as like its own path for, you know, the other two that I still have to complete. And Sentry is going to be a major player when it comes to this path. So I definitely want to have this guy at rank 3. I don't know if I need or necessarily need all the characters that I'm going to bring in at rank 3, but I at least want to have them all at rank 2. But Sentry, he's going to be one of the characters that I bring to rank 3. And so yeah, I'm not going to be using any of these resources. I'm going to need these for a separate rank up, as I am able to take up a champion to rank 4. But that's not going to be this video. We're going to be taking up Sentry just to rank 3, and he's going to sit there for a while. So I can already guarantee he's not going to go to rank 4, but he is going to rank 3, and I just hit the button. Now, I don't know, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I have the ISO, but we do have enough to take him up to level 21, so maybe we do. Oh yeah, we have all the ISO. There we go. Honestly, a quick level up there. We didn't really need to hustle for resources or find things or get ISO open crystals. And yeah, I'm just going to be getting like another tier 4 alpha and then one of each of these, and yeah, you're going to be seeing a rank 4 video coming soon, which is going to be my second rank 4. But yeah, this video is all about Sentry. And yeah, let's get into some gameplay. Or, I don't know why I pointed that way, but gameplay. Alright, so here we are getting some gameplay, or well, not getting some gameplay. I'm just going to show you how Sentry works real quick, and then we'll get into some real gameplay. So, yeah, just, this is going to be a quick little guide on how he works, as you know, he's a bit of a complex champion. So, whenever I put on a debuff, I gain a bulwark charge. And when I get to 20 bulwark charges, I want to use a special attack to knock the opponent down, and then I get into a different phase. And you start off in like a regular gray phase, which all hits inflict exhaustion. Heavy attacks, mediums, lights, all of them. And so I'm at 20 charges, so I use a special attack, and boom, now I'm in my yellow phase. And you basically have 3 phases that you have to cycle through before you get a charge. And in this yellow phase, it's only your light and medium attacks that put on wither debuffs, which gives you bulwark charges. So in gray phase, you're applying exhaustions. In yellow, you're applying withers, and in your red phase, you'll be putting on where are they? The little energy vulnerabilities. And now in the red phase, it's all about heavy attacks. So that's how you apply the debuffs in the red phase. You just want to go for heavy attacks. And once you're fully ramped up, you will notice that you're just going to be spending all your time in this red phase. But now I'm going to do something here, which is I'm going to use my special attack before I get 20 charges. And you'll see that now I have a 12 number on like the little red passive. That just means that now I just have to get to 8, which he actually might die before I get to 8. Yeah, just gotta use one more. Alright, boom. And as you can see, I wasn't at 20 bulwark charges, but it still put me into the next phase. And now I got a percentage charge because I'm starting back in the gray phase. Now, I'm not going to kill him just so I could talk a bit. But essentially is you can bank your bulwark charges so they, like, you can bank them. And then whatever that, like, however many of, like, the charges you have, plus the amount of bulwarks you have, as long as that equals or it's greater than or equals 20, using that special attack to knock down the opponent will put you into the next phase. And so yeah, I got a charge here because I cycled through everything. And he also gains charges when he finishes a fight. So I think this actually kills. Yep, it kills. So you'll see in the next fight, I'm going to have 2 charges. And he can have up to 10 charges. So let me just show you. Yep, there we go. Now I have 2 charges, and he's going to have a max of 10. And you also lose a charge whenever you lose a fight. And so yeah, we're just going to go over this again. So once again, you just want to start the fight just using your basic combos. Again, he gains a bulwark charge whenever he dexes or whenever he puts on a debuff. So same thing with parry. So watch that, put a parry, I gain a bulwark. Like dex, I gain a bulwark instead of the dexterity buff. Now another something, oh shit, I don't get to show you. Alright, hold on. Alright, so also another neat trick with Sentry is that the special one gives you 1 bulwark charge. So you can actually use the special one to put you into another phase while at 19. And I'm going to try to get 19 without getting to that special 2. Come on, use that. So yeah, I'm at 19, I use the special, and it puts me at 20, because it gives you 1. And then now we're in the heavy one, which is just red phase, so I'm just going for heavy attacks. Oh shit. And the heavy phase could be annoying, or it could be easy depending on the champion spacing. And yeah, I'm just going for heavy attacks. Boom, boom. There we go. Completed my full cycle. Now I got another charge. And so yeah, we're not gonna be able to do a whole nother cycle just because she's only at 8% health. But yep, she's dead now, and now we're gonna be at 4 charges. So as you can see, Sentry is absolutely blitzing 500k health pools, and really the standard is like 800k, which is enough to, which I believe is enough to go for at least like 2 rotations. So you could realistically get about 3 charges per fight, and he really starts to, like, you really can feel a difference in the champion when you're at 6 or 7. And that's just because these charges also give him certain abilities depending on how many you have. Alright, I was hoping that they would all be in like one line, kind of like how you have like combo or Aegon's, like his combos give certain, or tells you what abilities they give at certain thresholds. But essentially, at 3, your heavy attacks refresh all your personal debuffs. And then at 6, using a medium attack into a heavy attack, you gain a little stun, allowing you to just get a free heavy attack after a medium. So I actually want to kind of showcase that real quick before we get into some Labyrinth gameplay. And yeah, once again, we're just gonna go through all of our phases. So you start off in the gray phase, and that is just, we're gonna be using all of our attacks. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're going to be using all of our attacks. God damn. Something in my throat. We're going to be using all of our... Oh, wait, actually, fuck. This is actually a good opportunity to showcase one of his strongest utilities. Hold on. Okay. So, yeah, as you can see, I banked 19 of my bulwark charges, which is cool. So, all we have to do is use a special attack, but his special one puts on a halt debuff, which you'll see what that does, because he is an insane unstoppable counter. Come on, Jugs. Use that special. Jugs, come on. Come on while the halt's still there. There we go. So look, I can just punch him while he's unstoppable. It's kind of like Grit, but it's a debuff. That's the best way to explain it. And look, since I'm at over 3 charges, my heavy attack just refreshes all of my personal debuffs, including the halt. So yeah, this Juggernaut is just not going to go unstoppable whatsoever. Once more, just bam, bam, bam. There we go. There you go. Now, I'm not worried about getting another charge. I just wanted to showcase his unstoppable counter utility. But yeah, that puts us at 5 charges. And basically, I'm not going to do any more fights in Realm Legends. But essentially how Sentry works is you just got to get through all your phases. And how you get through your phases is you got to get 20 bulwarks, knock the opponent down. And how you get your bulwarks is different from every phase. In the gray phase, which is your starting phase, you want to just go for all attacks. Your heavies, mediums, light attacks, they all put exhaustions. Once you have 20, you launch a special attack, puts you in the next phase, puts you in the yellow phase. And in the yellow phase, it's only light and medium attacks that put on withers. Once you get 20 bulwark charges, use that special attack, knock the opponent down. That puts you in the red phase. The red phase, only heavy attacks can put on, or you only get bulwarks from heavy attacks because bulwarks get put on the opponent when you put on personal debuffs or from dexing. And like I said, gray phase, your all basic attacks and heavy attacks put on exhaustions. In yellow, all your mediums and lights put on withers, and in your red phase, all your heavy attacks put on energy vulnerabilities. And yeah, those are basically the debuffs that you're going to wanting to keep applying, just so you get those bulwarks, and then that will push you to the phase. And then once you finish your red phase, the cycle resets. You gain a charge and it puts you back to the gray phase. So you just want to keep doing your cycle until you get a bunch of charges. Like I said, you really start to notice a big difference when you're at like 6 and 7, and you're able to get like the heavy stun ability with the first medium. And yeah, once you're maxed out, Sentry, all you gotta do is just you want to save for your special 3, because your special 3 can give you a big burst of regen once you're fully maxed out. And so yeah, now we're just going to take a look at some fully ramped up Sentry gameplay. Alright, here we are in Labyrinth of Legends. This is so I uploaded a full itemless run in Labyrinth with only Sentry. And yeah, he's just so good for content like this. Sorry if the quality's kind of bad. It's kind of like a YouTube video watching a YouTube video. So it's sorry this kind of looks a bit worse than the previous gameplay. But yeah, I just want to talk about this real quick. And as you can see, I kind of lied. I was thinking about going for like him at 10 charges, but I just want to talk about this a little bit more. And yeah, at 3 charges, as you can see, when I'm heavy attacking, I'm refreshing all of my current debuffs. And yes, there you go, right there, perfect timing. And yeah, I think this is a perfect fight where I can talk about like how heavy spacing kind of like, there's really 3 things that kind of halt Sentry, and that is if the spacing is bad, it can make some of his early ramp up not that great. And then if the opponent's stun immune, that could also really hold him, because he kind of reliant on that stun if the spacing isn't well enough for his heavy attacks. And another thing is, you will see soon, is ability accuracy reduction really hurts this guy, because that makes it so that he won't be applying his debuffs as reliant. He may not be able to refresh them, and if you can't refresh them, if you can't stack them on that well, his damage is going to be gimped by a lot. And so yeah, Red Hulk is just a perfect fight, like a perfect first fight, because the spacing is really there with his heavy attack, with his special 1. Like it's pretty nice, despite Labyrinth of Legends having Limber, which also kind of sucks. And yeah, I'm really like I was really trying to save my parries for the absolute or the red phase, just because the spacing is, or I want to save my stuns for heavy attacking in Labyrinth, if that makes sense. But yeah, just wanted to talk about that for a bit. But now let's get into some big ramping mode. Alright, so here we are. We got a maxed out Sentry. Sentry, as you can see, he's at 10 charges. And also, when you're at, I think it's either 9 or 10, you just start in your yellow phase. So that's really cool. It kind of speeds up the ramp a bit, because really, you're dealing most of your damage when you're in your red phase. And yeah, you will see what that looks like. You might not be super impressed as of yet, but just wait. Look at, okay, I gotta apply my energy vulnerabilities at first. You can stack up 10 of them, and there, right there. Now that we're at 8, you can notice that there's a big increase in damage. Like when we crit, look at that. That was like a 70k hit of that heavy attack. And yeah, if both hits crit, I'm dealing over. Yeah, right there, 2 crits in a row. I have staff focus with crit. It makes him crit super, like, a lot. And I'm dealing 150k damage a heavy attack if both hits crit. And if one hit crits, that's over 70,000 damage, or 75,000 damage. So yeah, you could see why he is such a really good character when it comes to this endgame content, because now that I'm ramped up, I'm holding on to the special 3 to get some regen. And then it's just heavy attacking in the corner and beating out special attacks, and the opponent just dies. Like, look at her health. This Miss Marvel has like 1.5 million health, and I'm just doing chunks of her health in a matter of like just a couple hits, which is pretty darn crazy. And as you can see, hold on, looks. Okay, so I didn't pause on it, but that said 64 hits. I got down 1.5 million health points in 64 hits. That's how crazy Sentry is. And also, I know you see white mags there. I originally was going to use him for Ant-Man and Maestro to mitigate the ability accuracy reduction, but I kind of accidentally used him. I actually think I used him here. Yeah, without even thinking, I used white mags against Unstoppable Colossus. I instantly realized it. I'm like, God dang it. So basically, he's useless. But honestly, here is another good example of his halt mechanic and why he is like so good against Unstoppable. He applies it with his special one, and since I'm at over 3 charges, I'm maxed out. I can basically keep this halt on him the entire fight because I can just keep refreshing it after one special one. And so here we go. I use the special one, and boom, he's halted. Now I will just be able to freely punch him while he's unstoppable. It's like, yeah, he may be unstoppable, but not to me. And then, yep, I heavy attack, and I just refresh it. And so, yeah, you'll notice that the damage is not that great until I get into Absolute Might, or what's it called? Oh, it's Brilliant Mind. Honestly, I think it makes sense to call this one Absolute Strength, since this is the one that you're hitting the hardest, but it's called Brilliant Mind. But I just call it the red phase. And yeah, you will just see that as soon as I got into the red phase, I'm just doing chunks of his health. Like, look at that. Look at that. And since I have class advantage, I'm dealing closer to like 160k medium attacks if both hits crit. Alright, I messed up the spacing there, as you saw, but that's okay. Just going for some more heavy attacks, and yeah, that's basically all it is now. You're just baiting special attacks, and then you're heavying in the combo. And then I'm using special 3 here, and look at that. I got 20 stacks of regen, and it's pretty darn good. And another thing that you can do is you can actually use a special attack to knock the opponent down, and you just bank all that regen. Like, watch this. Now it basically gets refreshed, and the potency is increased. So I was regenerating for 600, now I'm regenerating for 900 tick. So you can literally wait for the regen to almost expire, use a special one to knock them down, and re-trigger the regen, and it's even stronger. And now I'm almost back at 100% health, and what was I before? I was basically 40% health, and I went all the way back up to like 100%. Like let's say like I was closer to 90, so I basically gained half of my health just from doing that, which is pretty insane. And yeah, that's why Sentry is a pretty good champion for endgame content, because he just has so much sustain, he has so much damage. There's really nothing that holds him back except for the things I said before, like stun immune, bad spacing, and ability, like insane amounts of ability accuracy reduction. And yeah, now that we've seen a really strong fight that he's good against, let's take a look at a fight where, again, the factors I was talking about before came into play. So, yeah, let him just beat this Unstoppable Colossus real quick, and then we'll take a look at Ant-Man. Because, yeah, Ant-Man was a problem fight. So, yeah, now that he took down Unstoppable Colossus, took him 94 hits. But, yeah, let's take a look at Ant-Man. Alright, so Ant-Man was a bit, like, this is a bit of a slog of a fight. Like, as you can see, I'm not getting bulwarks on every single hit, so it's taking a lot more to ramp. So I'm definitely utilizing the ability to bank a lot more often, because yeah, I banked 15 there because I didn't think I would get up to 20. So I'm so glad that he has a bank mechanic. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to get into Brilliant Mind, the red phase. And yeah, we're so close now. Boom, boom. Now we're in Brilliant Mind, and yeah, you may think, okay, good, he finally did it, but that I still may not always get bulwark charges. And as you can see, both hits of that second heavy attack didn't put on what's it called, energy vulnerabilities. And I'm still not putting on energy vulnerabilities. There we go. We finally put on some more energy vulnerabilities. Holy shit, I cannot speak. But yeah, now we're able to just keep him on. And the bad thing is that not only is he lowering our chance to crit, but you can see right there, I even get a red number, and a red number is like almost half my damage gone. So that's why ability accuracy kind of sucks for this guy, because not only does it reduce my chance to get bulwarks, it reduces my chance to put on my debuffs. It can reduce my chance to refresh my debuffs. it can also reduce my chance to get the red numbers. So yeah, there's a lot stacked against Sentry when it comes to ability accuracy reduction, which I guess kind of makes sense because he is a science champion's ability accuracy reduction is most common in the skill class, so it kind of creates that class dynamic. But yeah, it's just another thing to still watch out for, and it comes into play even harder against the Maestro because it's stronger, and he's the Maestro. He's a lot more annoying. So yeah, there's no real need to continue watching this fight. This is probably one of the longer fights in this entire quest. That's not like one of the ramp-up quests, aside from the Maestro himself, which was also a very long fight due to his ability accuracy reduction. Alright, so we're about to take on the Maestro. Here he is. And yeah, this is a 10-minute fight. I didn't think a fight in Labyrinth would take me over 10 or closer to 10 minutes, especially with a rank 3 champion. And someone who's as strong in endgame content as Sentry, but that just goes to show you his weakness against ability accuracy reduction. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad right now, but you will see once I get into my Brilliant Mind, the red phase, I'm not going to be putting on my energy vulnerabilities. So yeah, we're just dexing the special. Luckily, we have such high health pool, the degen doesn't do that much damage. I remember back then, like that degen was potent. But not for my rank 3 Sentry. And look, I'm not putting on my energy vulnerabilities. Like it says I am, but I'm not. Because he's reducing my ability accuracy. And that just gimps my damage by a fuck ton. Like energy vulnerabilities are why I can do 150k damage per heavy attack. Like as you can see, let me back it up. Both those crit. That was like not even a 40k damage heavy attack right there. So that just goes to show you how important those energy vulnerabilities are. If I can't put those on, whew, I'm not having a good time with Sentry. But yeah, I just wanted to really showcase and hone in on his weaknesses. But aside from that, he is a pretty strong champion. Like let me jump to a couple other fights. Alright, so this Gamora fight is actually a really good showcase of like spacing. Her special 1 puts me in a very like a perfect spot to just heavy attack her. Let me just get her in the corner real quick, and then you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here. Like this Gamora, perfect for spacing. And yeah, we just basically got all my bulwark charges. I'm in the red phase. And fortunately, we do push her to a special 2. I kind of want to keep her in the special 1s, but yeah, you'll see once I get into the flow. But yeah, you just go for the heavy or medium attack, and then boom, you can just heavy attack. And that's at 6 charges, I believe. And so yeah, just block both hits. Boom, boom. And I just have so many bulwark charges that my block proficiency is so freaking high that I don't even care about like the block damage. And yeah, I'm only at 95%, or I'm at 95%, but I'm just going for the special 3 regardless. And yeah, just look at that regen. Back at the full yellow bar. And I mean, just like one special 3. I mean, getting up to the special 3, she's already like almost dead. Like half her health, over half her health is just gone. Like each heavy attack takes off like, well, let me see how much health it takes off. Boom, boom. I mean, that's a good solid 5% of her health gone with each heavy attack. And if it crits, it's probably closer to like 8. So like 16, 20 special or heavy attacks, the opponent's just dead. Like 1.5 million damage done in like 20 heavy attacks. That's pretty impressive. And yeah, she's almost dead here. One more. Okay, one more. Right? Boom. Boom. Didn't even need that second hit there. But yeah, this guy is just so strong. He is going to be so useful when I go for that Korea's challenge, or the 10-year challenge. I know he's definitely going to be a pretty strong champion. That's also the reason why I took him up, is because I knew I was going to use him. I knew he was going to be a powerhouse for that challenge. But yeah, before I go, look at this magic. She's going to be dealing a lot of damage to me through Limbo, but it doesn't matter because I'm at full health, and I can just get to a special 3 if I get really low from the Limbo damage. And yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to showcase Sentry a bit, show you guys how to use him, show you how effective he can be, even showcase some of his weaknesses, because he's, you know, he may have the power of a million exploding suns, but this this Exploding Sun still has some weaknesses. And yeah, this is definitely one of the most, like, I'd say it's probably one of the strongest buffs in the game, depending on the content. I think as a generalist, it may not be one of the strongest buffs, but like for endgame content specifically, probably one of the best buffs in the game if you're looking at it that way. But yeah, that is this little Sentry guide. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you want to see this full Labyrinth run, I posted it yesterday, and I would really appreciate if you guys just, took a look at it. And if you don't want to watch all of it, just leave it running in the, just mute it, leave it running in the background. It would really help me out. And yeah, goodbye.